Today I'm going to introduce economy for the common good, and when I introduce economy for the common good, at the end, people say, okay, this is really interesting, this is really nice, but it sounds utopia. And I always say, at the beginning I felt a pain here, okay, they say this is a utopia, but finally I realized that the meaning of utopia is just one reality that is different to the current reality, that is difficult to achieve, but is possible to achieve. Because usually the utopia of today, tomorrow turns into one accepted idea. 200 years ago was an utopia to think that we were going to fly. It was for sure an utopia to think that with these devices I can connect with people throughout the world. So for sure, maybe economy for the common good or the new ideas about well-being, new economics and so on, for sure in the future they are not going to be one utopia. So today I'm going to give you some hints in order to walk towards this utopia of today. In order to start, I would like to play a game with you. There is a game that I really enjoy. I really like to play this game, but I have a problem. I am Spanish, and in Spain we can only play this game once or twice each 4 years. Do you know what game I'm talking about? The game is called Democracy. Do you know about this game? Yes? Do you play Democracy in United Kingdom from time to time? Yeah, from time to time, yes, maybe once each 4 years. Now maybe you played two weeks ago, you played a little bit in the European elections, maybe. I really like this game, but I cannot play all the time that I would like. So now I use these speeches in order to play the game. Would you like to play with me? Yeah. Yes? Okay? Yes? Okay. I'm going to explain the game because it's a very weird game, so it's very unusual, so maybe you don't know how to play it. It's very easy. I'm going to offer you 2 options. In this case, it's going to be only 2 options. Could be with more options, the game. And you have just to think which one do you prefer, and then you put your hands up with your preferred option. It's easy to play. Do you understand? Yeah? Okay. And if you are not sure about your preferred option, okay, you don't put your hand up and you trust in the collective wisdom of the rest of the people. Okay? It's very easy. Let's go. First option. Why we are playing to this game is very important to say, because I'm going to talk about economy for the common good. I'm talking about changing the world, building a better world. So the first thing we have to do is to find what is a better world, what is common good, what is the common links for everybody here. So we're going to try to find this playing this game called Democracy. A new game for some people maybe, but let's enjoy it. Let's go with colors, green and blue. Think about your options. Who prefers the green color? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. Who prefers the blue color? Wow, 11, 21. Okay, more or less 60–40% of people, maybe other people prefer the red or prefer the orange, I don't know. So the colors, it is not something that unites us. We don't agree with the colors, so the colors are not going to be something that we are aligned. It cannot be our common goal, the colors. So let's go with the next one. Let's eat some delicious fruits. Let's think that now I'm going to invite you to pears or bananas. Only pears or only bananas. So we have to select. Who prefers pears? Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 15, 17. Who prefers bananas? 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 17, 18, more or less 50-50. Okay, fruits are not something in common that we have in common. We have problems with fruits. Let's go for the next one, holidays. Holidays, everybody enjoy holidays. What do you prefer? Let's go everybody to the mountain, or let's go to this beach. Who prefer going to the mountain? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10 people who prefer this exotic beach. 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15. Okay. It is my fault. Always the same. Always, in this one, always win the beach. In the other one, sometimes the banana, sometimes the pear, sometimes the blue, sometimes the green. But I think I have to change the picture because the mountain is a little bit dark. So I think it's my fault. But again, maybe 65, 35%. So there is no agreement with this. This is not the common goal of the society to decide where are we going for holidays. Let's go with something different. Let's go with one emotion. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to feel good, to feel in peace, happy? Or do you prefer to feel depressed and sad? Who prefers the first option, to feel good, happy and in peace? Come on. What happened here? Agreement? Who prefers the other one? Maybe somebody prefers to be sad? Nobody? This is not possible. This is not possible. In the Spanish Parliament or in the House of Commons, never in the first votation, 100% of agreement. I have never seen it. We should discuss about this. So everybody prefers that option. Why everybody prefers that option? Because always is the same. Here, in Madrid, in Bogota, in Montevideo, in everywhere I go, in Vienna, in everywhere, always everybody prefers to feel good, happy, and in peace, than to prefer sad and depressed. So this should be the leitmotif. This should be something, our common goal as society. Do you agree? It's something that really all of us agree. So let's go with this idea. If we want to feel in that way, what are the values and the actions that we could do? What values really contribute to feel happy, to feel good, to feel in peace? What values? Who knows? What values? What actions? Cooperation, a good one. Trust, honesty. Equality, 2 points. Justice. Trust. Respect, love, friendship. These are the answers always. So this should be the bricks, the values. This should be the base of our society, and then we can build the better world with these values. Okay, so in our society we have people, we have organizations, companies, and we have governments. Do you think that governments and companies and so on care about happiness, common good, and people and promote these values? Maybe some of them. Maybe they try. But most of the heads are doing in this way. So we have a problem. If we want, all of us want a better world, we should promote these values in order to get the common good, the happiness of the people, but we are not doing. Even in our personal life, sometimes we are not doing. We are not living our values a lot of times. But don't worry, I have very, very positive and good news. Constitutions. The higher laws in the democratic countries, in the first pages of the constitutions of most of the democratic countries, says that the government and the society, including the companies and the people, should work in order to promote the well-being or the general welfare or the common good. I start with mine, of course, with the Spanish one, the Spanish nation willing to blah, 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 to promote the common good of every citizen in the Preamble, at the beginning of the Constitution. This is one region in Germany. All economic activity serves the common good. Come on. the companies should contribute to the common good. It's in the constitutions. United States. We, the people of the United States, blah, 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 in order to form a more perfect union, promote the general welfare in the preamble. At the beginning, the most important part. We can go out in every country is the same. I like this one. I was last month in Colombia. I really like this one because it says economic activity and private initiative are free. Of course, we can support private economy and private activity are free, of course, but within the limits of the common good. If my economic activity is against the common good, we have a problem. We are against the constitutions. And this is repeated in everywhere. So this is the good news. The higher laws support this idea. We are not crazy. We are not anymore the alternative people. Okay. We are not anymore that people. We are the right option because the constitutions are built by people. So, what is the problem? Because we have a problem. We know that we are not living in the perfect and the best world. This is the current system. The aim of the current system, each time I go to the universities, to the faculties of economics, I ask to the students, what is the goal of a company? What do you think is the goal of a company? Who knows what is the goal of a company? Profit? Make profit? Yes, do you think so?
Maximize shareholder return.
Maximize the return? More options? Always, sorry, this is mine. Always the same answers are make profit, money, getting more money, profits, money, 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 money. As I think it was Liza Minnelli who sung money, 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 money. The same, money, 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 money. But that is false. If you want to set up a company and you prepare the bylaws and you prepare your statutes, you have to write the name of the company, you have to write where is it going to be located, base it. You have to write what are you going to do, what is your aim. So for example, if you are a restaurant, you say, I'm going to provide food to the people. If you are a transport company, a car company, you write, I'm going to transport people in a comfortable and fast way. But you cannot write, the aim of this company is getting money. Then you go to the lawyer or you go to the notary and they say, no, this is not possible. What are you going to do? No, I'm going to do money. Because in the faculty, people told me that in the university, I learned that for companies for getting money. No, okay, the name is okay, the location is okay, but what is your aim? What are you going to do? No, getting money. It's not possible. So, but this is what people are learning at universities. This is really awful. And the method, in order to get money, to do this profit orientation, is competition, competitiveness. People learn, we learn in the schools, in the universities and so on, that we have to compete with the others in order to get money. That is the aim. 3 months ago, I was in Sevilla, in Spain, in the university, in the economics class. I was trying to encourage people with these new ideas, the students. And at the end of the talk, one guy with 24 years old, he told me, it's the first time in my life, nor my parents, nor in the school, nor in the university, that somebody tells me that I can change the world, that I can do something. I am learning, I am being educated in order to survive and to compete with the other animals to get more money. This is the first time that somebody told me this. So we have a problem with education. So this is the model, getting money, and the method is competition. And how do you measure? Because in one system, you measure. How do you measure the success? If you want to get money, if you are a government, how do you measure? What indicator do you look? Let's see. If you are a company, you go to your balance sheet, because it's where you can measure if you are getting more and more money or not. If you are a government, you really focus on the gross domestic product. because you want to measure the goal, profit orientation, to get more money. Even people, if you only want to get more money and you know somebody, you say, okay, yeah, how many cars do you have? What is your house? Do you have 1 or 2 houses? My house is really big. This is the way that people, but it's normal because the aim is getting money, we compete, so we measure that everything is really correct, it's the right way if you have that goal. Let's go with somebody really intelligent. I like this sentence of Albert Einstein, the definition of insanity, maybe you know it. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Most people want to build a better world. Everybody throughout the world wants to feel good, happy, in peace. But we have a system and we contribute to the system with the goal of getting money, more and more money, competing with each other. And we are trying to do always the same. Maybe, okay, let's do something with the environment, let's make something with social business, but we don't change the goal. So now we go with the common good, with the real proposal. It's really easy. This is anything new, this is anything very strange. The only goal, this is Christian Felber, a professor in Vienna that in 2011 wrote a book called Economy for the Common Good. The only proposal, now I will explain, is to change the goal. We can try to do a lot of things. We can be working in our charity, in our organization. We can be an amazing professor at university, encouraging people to build a better world. But if we don't change the goal of society, we are going to fail. We are failing. We have to change the goal. And Christian, hopefully you will know it, is a really very human being. He wrote this book, and suddenly, unexpectedly, the book and the idea is spreading throughout the world. The book now, in only 3 years, is in German, because he's from Austria. It's in Spanish, it's in French, in Polish, in Finnish, not in English yet. Next year it's going to be in English, but it's amazing because usually ideas are first in English and then all the world know about the idea, but this idea first is in different countries because somebody in Finland know about it and try to get a publisher, and then the book is in Finnish and people in Finland are really excited with the idea. But next year it's going to be in English. So the idea is really easy. This is the idea. This is the proposal. Just to change the goal, getting more and more money in the governments, in the companies, in my personal life, and the methods. Shifting from profit orientation to common good, because everybody wants it. And the second proposal is to change as well the methods, from competitions to cooperation. A lot of scientists and studies try to show that competition is really strong. That is false, because competition has a problem. My success limits yours, and your success limits mine. So we are not going to get the goal altogether. That is the problem with competition. But with cooperation, we can get a common goal, and sometimes it's going to be easier and faster. And of course, we have to change the goal, we have to change the method, and we have to change the way we measure, because we are changing the model. So, of course, the companies are going to assess and to measure the balance sheet, because the money, it is not bad. There is no any problem with the money. The money is just a means. We need money in a company in the same way that maybe we need land or energy or people. With money, okay, there's no problem with the money. But the money, it is not a goal. It's just a means. So, we measure the balance sheet, but we measure as well the common good balance. This is the first proposal. The companies have to show to all the stakeholders how are they contributing to the common good of the suppliers, the clients, the employees, and so on. And the government, this proposal is not new, more people are working in the same direction. Okay, you can measure the gross domestic product, okay, it's a nice indicator, but we change it, the goal, so you should measure according to the goal. So the common good index, now I will explain it, is really similar to what you know. For sure you know about Bhutan, you know Bhutan, okay, all of you for sure, in other places they don't know it. You know that in Bhutan they ask to the people about the common good or the well-being. They ask a lot of questions. How do you feel? How do you see the environment that is around you? Do you think that in the future your children or your daughter and sons are going to live better or not than you are living? How do you sleep? How do you trust your neighbors? These are the important questions for getting the goal, for feeling good, for feeling happy. But, for example, I think that this year the International Monetary Fund, they say that they expect that United Kingdom, the gross domestic product, is going to increase 2.4%. Suppose that the gross domestic product of the United Kingdom is not going to increase the 2.4, maybe the 5. Let's say the 10%. Are you going to sleep better? Are you going to trust more your neighbors? The environment is going to be better or not? Are you going to have enough time to be with your family or friends? Maybe you're working too much to increase the gross domestic product. You don't have time for being with the rest of the people. So we have to change as well the way we assess. And of course, even with people, we have to try to do our very, very personal, with the heart assessment. How are my relationships with the rest of the people? That is the way that you have to assess with yourself. How are you living with the rest of the people? So, this is not new. We have something for the Schumacher College. I really like this sentence of Schumacher. When Schumacher talks about Buddhist economics, he says this amazing sentence: since consumption is merely a means to human well-being, the aim should be to obtain the maximum of well-being with the minimum of consumption. It's the same idea. The goal is well-being. And of course, the money is something that we use, and the consumption is something that could contribute to well-being, but we have to use the less that we can because we know about the problem with the resources. So this is not anything new. Everybody share these ideas, but we have to change the goal. The goal is the only way. Otherwise, we are losing our time. So, the 5 main values that Economy for the Common Good is promoting in order to changing the goal are these 5. Of course, all the values that you said before, but we have focused in these really, really important values after applying democracy with a lot of people. Human dignity, solidarity and cooperation, ecological sustainability, social justice, transparency and democracy. I will show later why we choose these 5 values, because we have some practical tools in order to apply with companies the economy for the common good. So now I'm going to explain how we apply economy for the common good with companies and how we apply economy for the common good with local governments. Okay? First, this is our challenge each time we talk about companies and well-being. When I talk in a chamber of commerce with a lot of business people, they say, okay, this is really, really very interesting, but common good and profitability, it's impossible to be friends. They are always fighting, it's impossible. This could win, but never can win both of them. This is the challenge, to show that this is possible. And now I'm going to show you that this is possible and it's happening now. I need my 2 arms, so I'm going to stop with this. I try to speak louder. Imagine that I am 2 x's, okay? One x and other one. In this one, in the current model, here it is the goal. Getting more and more money, because this is the goal in the current system. And here are the stakeholders of my company. The current system, the capitalist system, trying to achieve the goal, say, okay, let's take happiness in order to increase the goal. And it works. The employees, okay, you should work more hours. Maybe there are a financial crisis, so maybe if you want to be in the job, you are going to get less money or you have to work more time. So decrease the happiness and the balance sheet is better. You get more money. With the suppliers, of course, okay, I am paying you 30 days, now I'm going to pay you 19 days because, yes, the crisis is really a problem for me. So, okay, if you want to visit my supplier, now I pay you later. Decrease the happiness, increase the money. The same with the clients. We try to sell different things, to decrease the quality, and you don't know it. And it works. Of course, the environment and the resources are for my company in order to get more money. I have to use them very cheap for getting more money. This is the current system, and it is working in order to get the goal. But it's starting to not work so well. Something is failing now. So some companies are starting to think in the opposite way. Okay, I want to get money, but instead of looking here and doing this movement, I'm going to look here and try to do this movement. Let's see what happens. I go to the employees and I talk with them. Do you want to change the timetables maybe because you have a family? What do you need? More training? What would you like to, in order to be better in the company? Okay, then the people is more motivated. You really keep the talent, and this is good. That goes to the balance sheet. You go with the suppliers, you talk with them. I made something really funny. I joined one salesman and the manager of the other company that one of them was trying to sell, the other one was trying to buy, and I suggested, talk about your happiness. What do you expect to each other? After 10 years relationship, always fighting and lying each other, they started to talk as people. And now they are really happy because they realize that trying to increase the happiness of the other, both balance sheets are increasing as well. And the same with the environment. More people are conscious about the environment. If you try to do new products that really are better for the environment, you are going to get more clients, and so on and so on. So if you look here, trying to increase, this is going to increase as well. And a lot of companies are doing that, maybe not with all the stakeholders. Maybe some companies are doing really good with the employees, other companies are doing really good with the clients, but some companies are trying to do good with all of them. And it is working as well. So we can change the system. It is not so risky. And this is, I know it's really impossible to read this, but I'm going to explain. This is the tool that we are using with companies. It's called the matrix, the common good matrix. It's very easy to explain. Here we have the 5 values: human dignity, solidarity, ecological sustainability, social justice, and democratic co-determination and transparency. And here we have the different stakeholders in a company: the suppliers, investors, the staff, owners, customers, the social environment, and the society. And in each one of these crosses, we have one indicator. We have one indicator. For example, we are talking about human dignity and stuff, we are talking about job quality and equality. Here in social justice, with the staff, we have just distribution of incomes. If we are talking about customers with, for example, ecological sustainability, we are talking about ecological design of products and services, and so on. It's a really practical tool that today 1,600 companies are using. It's really practical because it has been made by business people. Christian started with 12 business people with the first version of the matrix. Now we are in the 4, and the 4.1 is ready. So we are changing in a democratic process the matrix, and each time, and it's being applied by different companies, and they use it as a tool in order to improve the company behavior with all the stakeholders, respecting these 5 values, and they have found that they are increasing even the balance sheet. So it works, it really works. And of course here we have some negative criteria as well. If you really apply it, you can get between 0 and 1,000 points. But the points are not important. The important thing is that when you apply this matrix, you sit down with each one of your stakeholders and you really make it in a peer group way, and you really assess with your stakeholders and you try to find how can we improve our relationship. This is the magic, that you talk with people. It's so easy. And it's really working. After 4 years, it's really working. It's amazing the way that business people are using it. And business people are really happy because they are used to doing business with the other companies in the Chamber of Commerce, with the other companies in the same sector, but they are really looking forward to doing business with other business people that share the same values. For sure, here there are businessmen and businesswomen, and you want to make business with other companies that you are sure that they are really sharing your values. That is the way. And then, as a result of the application of the matrix, you write your common good balance in the same way that you write your balance sheet. This is one example. There are a lot of companies that are writing now the common good balance, where you talk and you communicate what are you doing with each one of your stakeholders and the values. And not only you communicate, but you define as well improvement actions for the next year, because you have to improve and improve always. And the future, and it's starting to happen now in some local governments. The future is, as you can get between, this is in Spanish, sorry, you can get between 0 and 1,000 points. Then, consumers, people, and governments know how is your contribution to the common good. So the future is that new laws will give advantage, of course, to the companies that are contributing to get what it is written in our constitutions, to increase the common good and the well-being of the people. And of course, the public procurement will give advantage to these companies as well. And of course, responsible consumers will prefer these kind of companies. And this is starting to happen in some local governments that are really applying this as well, as we will see now with the municipalities. This is starting to happen. This is one real example. It's in Spanish, but I translate it to English. This is something, a very easy way to understand the model. This is a coffee in Barcelona, in Spain. And in the coffee, the owner had this. This is the translation. One coffee, €2.80. Please, one coffee. Okay, €1.80. Good morning, may I have a coffee? 80 cents. This is the economy for the common good model. Okay, it's so easy. It's really easy. And are people that are applying it without knowing about this speech. It was really fun when we found this. So with municipalities, we have 5 main points with municipalities, because we know that we have to work with companies and we have to work with municipalities. First, if one municipality or local government want to contribute to the common good, they have to contribute to democracy, to the game I like, setting up the democratic assembly in order to invite people to participate in the politics of the local government. When we talk about democracy, we don't talk only about the easy way of the game, just voting. Democracy is much more. Democracy is talking, debating, discussing, making proposals, and at the end you can vote, okay? But you have to start this process. Then we have the common good index, similar to other indexes, and the main difference, we promote that people should decide the questions, because the definition and the concept of common good For sure, it's different in Totnes, in a small village in Africa, or in Marbella in Spain, or in Russia. For sure, it's different in each one of the cities, so people should decide the questions. It's not the same if you are living in a town in a mountain or close to the sea. For sure, the common good about your environment, education, healthy, and so on is different. So, for sure, it's going to be, there are going to be similar questions, but some of them will be specific for each local government or each town. And we are starting to work with different municipalities, as I will explain. The third point for a local government, of course, promote the economy for the common good companies with the procurement and promoting in fairs. There are a lot of different ways, but you have to promote that companies go this way with your laws and so on. And this is happening. There are a lot of small local governments, and not so small. For example, in Spain, Zaragoza, 1 million people. They are writing laws in order to promote these companies. This is happening now. The fourth point should be to do your own common good balance for the services of the local government and for the public companies of the local government as well, and to use the matrix. And then to promote and participate in a common good region, because we start in a bottom-up process, but then you have to go to region, and we have the first region in Salzburg, in Austria, that is promoting economy for the common good. It's a really bottom-up process. This is another way to see the model. We're going to finish with this and the last explanation. We have people, organizations, and municipalities, local governments. But this could change. This could be a regional or a national government. It's more or less the same. But we start with the local. Of course, people should live the values, should participate in what we call, this EF is energy field, the local groups we call energy fields, because we need a lot of energy. So we are working with people in different ways. Each local group decides how to live the values. Companies and organizations are doing the common good balance with the peer evaluation with all the stakeholders, are building a business network. They are connected. They are trying to get suppliers, clients, companies in order to cooperate and so on. And they are exchanging good practices that contribute to improve the different indicators. And municipalities, they are doing something really important. Political parties, a lot of political parties now in Austria, in Spain, in Germany, are starting to write, we support economy for the common good. And we always say, okay, you must show that you really cooperate with the other political parties, that you don't talk in this way to the other people. It's very important. It's not so easy to say, I support economy for the common good. You have to live the values, the cooperation, the human dignity. Human dignity, it is not only a word. Human dignity is when you attack somebody, you are attacking the human dignity. And then the magic starts in these links. Companies with people, we have the responsible consumption, peer evaluation, because people are evaluating the companies. If we go to local governments or governments with people, we have the democratic assemblies, the common good index, the transparency. And then, if we go to the governments with the companies, we have the laws and the policies that promote and support the common good companies, and as well, the governments can promote in different ways this kind of companies. So this is the model. This is the model and the links between the different parts of the model. And as a bottom-up process, we start with people, we go to local groups. We have now national associations in different countries. Now in 8 countries, there are national associations. They decided to have national associations. There are regional associations as well. And we are building now the International Federation, just in order to cooperate. We have more than 1,600 organizations, companies, charities, and so on. More than 100 energy fields, local groups throughout the world. We are in 32 countries. We have 1 region, and we have 15 local governments that they, all the political parties, all of them, decided to sign and to write that they support economy for the common good. Okay? Not only the government, the political party in the government, all of the political parties in the local place agreed with the model. That is really important. Sorry, I'm going to finish with one video and the last slide.
Das Ziel des Wirtschaftens ist nicht das Geld, sondern die Befriedigung von Bedürfnissen.
Y de una forma clara esta crisis pone de manifiesto, por los cromosomas que el modelo tiene, que no puede funcionar de otra forma. Es una crisis de valores.
They find that democracy is expendable. It's simply a question of power and interests, and the only protection against fear is not to be an individual. It's to be together with a great many others.
90% der Menschen eine neue Wirtschaftsordnung wünschen.
Es ist hier in den letzten Jahren vieles passiert, was nicht in Ordnung war.
Ja, ich habe heute die Ehre, ein neues Wirtschaftsmodell vorzustellen, die Gemeinwohlökonomie.
De todas las alternativas que hay muchas, para mí es la más holística de todas y sobre todo es la más cercana a la realidad.
Es geht einmal in Richtung Bewusstseinsbildung. Das heißt, alle Leute, die sich damit auseinandersetzen, müssen sich dessen bewusst werden, wo wollen wir als Gesellschaft hin.
Da kommt jetzt ganz etwas anderes daher, als ich gelernt habe, als ich kenne.
Hier gibt die Gemeinwohlökonomie eine neue Richtung.
Nach einer sozialeren Wirtschaft mit geringerer Ungleichheit, nach einer ökologisch nachhaltigeren Wirtschaft ohne Wachstumszwang, nach einer solidarischeren Wirtschaft mit Kooperation statt Konkurrenz, nach einer regionaleren Wirtschaft mit weniger Globalisierung, nach einer demokratischeren Wirtschaft, wo die Demokratie endlich auch in die Märkte und in die Unternehmen Einzug halten darf.
È una cosa più sensata, cioè io sviluppo una cosa che fa senso per tutti.
Plötzlich wird die Gemeinwohlökonomie so zu einem Spiegel für das eigene Tun.
Una auténtica apertura de conciencia a molta gent que segur que están pensando lo mal.
Mein erstes Gefühl war Skepsis. Mein zweites Gefühl war Neugierde und mein drittes Gefühl war freudige Überraschung.
Da gibt es jetzt endlich jemanden, der das auch ausspricht und der da etwas weiterbringen möchte und umsetzen möchte, was ich schon lange im Herzen trage.
Es gibt auch andere Wirtschaftsformen, es gibt auch andere Möglichkeiten, als Unternehmen zu wirtschaften.
Son proyectos para buscar equilibrios y per tanto lo que siga buscar equilibrios en una sociedad para mí será positivo y siempre lo apoyaré.
Wenn wir alle nur warten, dann werden wir so sicher nicht zu einer anderen, positiveren Welt kommen.
Und was unstrittig ist, eine Wirtschaft, in der die Würde des Menschen, aber auch aller anderen Lebewesen im Mittelpunkt der wirtschaftlichen Aktivität steht.
Das, was es wirklich endlich auf den Punkt bringt, was neues Wirtschaften tatsächlich ist.
Tutto il sistema economico ed ecologico fa parte del nostro benessere. Questo è Gemeinwohl.
Ja, die Gemeinwohlorientierung ist ganz was Neues. Man kann sagen, das ist etwas Revolutionäres.
Wir müssen ein Fundament bauen und nicht gleich mit dem Dach beginnen.
Das jetzige System, das wir haben, eigentlich nicht zukunftsfähig ist.
La revolución debe ser la revolución de las mentes de las personas.
Jetzt weiß ich, worum es geht. Ich weiß, wo ich überall verantwortlich bin. Ich weiß, was ich tun kann, um eine bessere Welt in dem, wie ich wirtschafte, befördern zu können.
Gemeinwohl ist für mich ein Gesellschaftssystem, wo es nur Gewinner gibt. Mehr braucht man dazu nicht zu sagen, weil jeder Vorteile davon hat.
Das wäre eine schöne Version, wenn man das erreicht.
Now I go with one very personal vision of what is happening. A lot of people get excited with these ideas. Maybe you are excited because you share that you are doing the same more or less in your organizations. This is a very personal opinion of Diego. We are very few people. When I talk with my friends, with my family, and they say, okay, it's very interesting, what are you doing, Diego? But most of people, 95% of people are Yes, they want a new model, they want a better world, of course, they want common good, but they are in their lives, in the day by day. And when some people want to approach to these alternative ideas or to try to promote something new, they say, okay, I want to do something different with my company or with my life, or I want to do something different. And then they go to the social or alternative supermarket. And they find Transition Town, Schumacher College, Economy for the Common Good, Blue Economy, Buddhist Economy, this charity, the other charity. Wow, it's really difficult to find and to choose something in the social supermarket. And if they are companies, they say, okay, I want to assess my behavior. I go to the Global Reporting Initiative, to the Common Good Balance, to B Corps, to ISO 26000, to SA 8000, to Fair Trade. Oh, boy, this supermarket is really huge. Oh no, I am a municipality. When I go to Transition Town, to Global Eco-Village Network, I go to Common Good Municipalities, to Agenda 21st. Wow. It's so difficult to decide in this supermarket. And, oh, I want to assess the well-being of people. What a happiness index, the common good index, the other index, the blah, blah, blah index, the Bhutan index. This is the real challenge that you and me have. To make easy the decision and to start to work together. Because I've been all my life involved in different things. Now I am involved in economy for the common good because I think it's a holistic vision, but I don't mind about the labels and the names. Tomorrow could be called the well-being of people. I don't know. That is not important. But we have to cooperate. And we have to start to make this one common proposal to society. So people don't get crazy when they go to the supermarket. Companies, people, municipalities, governments. So finally they don't trust us. I don't like when people talk about, oh, the alternative people, the alternative economic. No, this is the real proposal. This is something real. This is the only way. This is what we want. We want common good. We want to get this goal. This is the goal that everybody really wants to achieve throughout the world. But we are competing and our egos are very big. I always make a joke with my name, because in Spanish it's the egos. I have two egos, double ego. So, but in the social market, we have a lot of egos as well. A lot of labels, a lot of names. I go, no, because this is, who are you? You are doing the same that I am doing. This is our main challenge. So maybe now we go to debate. I would like to listen something about this. It's my very personal opinion. And I finish, of course, with my contact. If somebody wants to contact directly with me, my blog is the same name of my book, the first book. It was called I Am You, Yo Soy Tú in Spanish. It's a very personal point of view of the life as well. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter. And I finish with the sentence of Carlos Dossi. The utopia of one century usually turns into the accepted idea of the next century. So the first picture we were very far away, now we are closer to utopia. Thank you very much.